Hi everyone, I'm Tommy Harrington,
And I'm Tracy Roche.
and we'll be your child's 7th grade science teachers for the 2021-2022 school year. First and foremost, we hope that you and your family are happy and healthy as we still continue to go through this pandemic. We are doing everything we can to keep your child safe and happy. Today we're here to talk about our 7th grade science class, so we're going to show you two valuable resources that your child and you can use to see what's going on in class. The first one is Google Classroom, which you see up on the screen right now. Anything that your child needs for this class is either going to be posted in the stream, but more likely the classwork tab. So I'll open that up and I'll have Miss Roche come show you how we organize our Google Classroom.
So all of our Google Classroom assignments are numbered in order to make things easier for us. So if you take a look, you can see on here we have assignments 001 through assignment 004. Those numbers will get bigger as we travel through our school year, but it does make things easier for the students to stay organized, for us to stay organized. So you'll notice that everything on here will be numbered.
Yes, and that does go with Genesis. All right, everything we put in Genesis corresponds with these numbers. So if you look in Genesis, you should have parental access to your child's grades. If you see that 004 is missing, you can go right to the Google Classroom page and see what 004 is. So this is a great way for your child to stay organized in class. Unfortunately, we do have to kind of hold off on labs right now, so a lot of our science materials are going to be digital. The other thing we wanted to mention is our class website. We created a class website, and your child can access it through Google Classroom. It's under our class information page. And you should have seen this because it was part of a homework assignment for your child to show this to you. But if not, we'll go over it real quick for our back to school night, parents. So right here on the home page, Ms. Roche, if you want to just point out those two important things.
So on the home page, you'll see two very important things. We have our class calendar and our weekly overview. The class calendar will show any days off of school, which you can see this will be last week at this point, but on the 16th there was no school, and any due dates for any homework assignments that are coming up that will be due. We also have our weekly overview, so if you are interested in seeing what your child is doing in class, you can always take a peek at the weekly overview and it will let you know what we're going to be doing each week in science.
Okay. Underneath our homepage, you can learn a little bit more about us as teachers. Your children have looked at this, and we have updated everything. Once again, I'm Mr. Harrington. Just real quick, this is my 15th year here at Hackensack Middle School. I'm married to Miss Marr, or Mrs. Marr, who is a 5th grade teacher here, so some of your children may have had her. I'm a proud Hackensack High School comic graduate, went to school for biology, and then fell into teaching. Mrs. Roche and I both added a quote here just to kind of sum up our teaching philosophy or what we expect out of our kids. Education is not the learning of facts, but the training of the mind to think. All right, so we keep that in our the backs of our minds all the time, to remind ourselves that it's not just remembering these facts or remembering these vocabulary words. It's about creating and analyzing here in science. All right, and Mrs. Roche.
And just a little bit about me. This is my 8th year here at HMS. Some of you are very familiar with me because this is your 3rd year with me. So I have taught all grades. I am married to my husband, Brendan. We have 2 cats, Matthew and Spades. I also went to school for biology and kind of fell into teaching. I went to TCNJ for my undergrad, got my teaching certification through Ramapo College, and just earned my master's degree from William Patterson University. I finished last fall. And my quote is that working hard is important, but there is something that matters even more: believing in yourself. I believe that your children can be successful. I want them to believe in themselves that they can achieve any of their goals as well. And just some interests for me: I like the Yankees, the Giants. I'm obsessed with Harry Potter. And I enjoy reading and travel.
All right. What might be important to you guys as well is some information about the class. I'm not going to go into every single one just because of time. However, feel free to ask your child to look at the site and you can see everything. Our grading policy is broken up into 5 categories. We try to keep the categories somewhat equal, so that if a child struggles in one area, they can make it up in another. But also, we are very flexible as long as your child communicates with us. Any concerns, we will work with them.
And if your child does have an IEP, any accommodations or modifications that are stated in there will be followed.
Right. Class expectations, once again, you can take a look at this in more detail. But basically, we want to provide a safe and happy and respectful learning environment to get the most out of this year. We're going to lead by example. And basically, if it's a rule of common sense, it's a rule that applies in here. Our units of study changed a little bit this year, which is very interesting for us. We are normally a life science-based class, and we look at the human body at the whole human level, and then we go down to the cell, then we go down into the cell, into DNA, and look at genetics. But we also have a 3D printer in the classroom this year, so we are going to be building a unit around STEM as well. So if you have any questions or concerns about the class, feel free to look here on our website. Once again, your child has access to this in Google Classroom. Some other resources you might want to take a look at is what we use in the classroom. All right, when we do research projects, we have resources available for research. All right, and we also like to do student shout-outs in here. We always like to honor the students that are doing everything they're supposed to be doing. Top 3 averages. Another award is the Betsy Award, named after our late classroom pet. And that's for a student who doesn't need to be an A student, just an overall great individual. So if you have any questions or concerns, all right, you can reach us at our emails. Mine is THARRINGTON@hackensackschools.org.
And mine is TROCHE@hackensackschools.org.
All right, if you ever need to make an appointment with us, you can always call the school as well, and we can set it up that way. Hope you enjoyed our video, and if you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out to us at any point throughout the year. But we look forward to a great year with your children. We're off to a great start.
Have a great night.